Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Is it working? That's great. We made progress. I don't know. I think last time I had some problems with it, but I kind of checked, some settings. Okay. Well. Where are we? Yes. So. Now it says, please use a keyframe. What the fuck is that? Nah. Still everything okay? Okay. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now, I think. So we got some cool news. So I will read this to you later on. We will go into a little video that they've done, and after that, we are taking a look at the game itself. So a huge thank you to everyone who participated. This is obviously Timur. Your voices helped shape the game and make it even better. Thanks to these valuable insights, the team has been able to fine-tune the experience according to players' needs, while staying true to the spirit of the original Gothic. The updated demo is available now, featuring, for example, faster animations that result in noticeably smoother interactions with the world. Want to know exactly what's changed and what improvements are still to come before the full release? Check out the third episode of the Making Of series, where the developers at Alchemia Interactive share behind-the-scenes insights and discuss upcoming improvements. So we are going to dive into this. First, I'm taking a look at a list of changes. So here we are. Let's take a look. Update to Nyras' prologue, Gothic 1 remake demo changelog. We just updated Nyras prologue on Steam. Here's a quick debrief trailer from the developers. That's what we're going to watch later on. So highlights, new languages. Okay. Chinese, Spanish, Italian, Ukrainian, and Romanian. Okay. Reworked movement. Pick up and loot animations to be more agile and reactive. Praise Zenos. Gameplay UI and stability fixes. Various stability improvements, fix for broken UI scaling in the quest view. I don't know what that means. Localization updates and minor fixes, fix for character getting invisible. What? Added PS5 controller. Goblin resistances modified to avoid 0 damage. Bow rebalance. Okay. Fix several instances of a hero getting stuck in conversation when attacking someone who forces a conversation upon you. Fixes for instances where NPCs get stuck in small geometry. Okay. Sound effects fixes for the scavenger. Does that mean that we get the old scavenger callback, the old squeak? Edit a setting to choose whether to auto-close chests after a loot all action. I didn't even think about that. Updating most of the background and outline textures give the UI a more worn down feel. That's a good change, actually. Many people criticized that. Edit keyboard mouse button to lock on to targets. That's cool. Oh, changing the mouse scroll icon so it's more obvious. Changed keyboard lock on target and change objective to combat section. Changed icon to keyboard change objective. Added subtitles for Sleeper / Nyras at the final cutscene. Fixed parry waiting timer issue. Improved combat magnet behavior. What the fuck is that? Fix for preview of item healing over time works properly. Improved behavior if the player defeated Radford and then went to Jorik. Quite a lot. So before we start, we are going to watch this baby here. This is a debrief, and I'm going to react on this, and then we're finally getting into the game. So let's have a look.
Mechanics that we try to get
Is that loud enough?
Thank you very much for all the feedback. It was a great thing to be able to read all your comments and thoughts. So thanks very much for playing it and giving us a lot of feedback. So we put together an updated demo version where you can see our improvements that we made, and check it out and let us know what you think.
There is always a lot of feedback, always a lot of reactions, and they are absolutely different. There are critical ones, there are positive ones. And the thing is that our team react on it absolutely calmly, because...
What do you need two keyboards for? Crazy, brother.
This is a source of feedback, and this is how we improve ourselves. This is how we improve our game. This is how we do our homework, like work on mistakes and so on. Even when the feedback is negative and super negative and very emotional even, I think that this just shows how people do care about the game, and this is how Gothic is kind of part of their lives, and we need just to admit it. We need to respect their opinion as well, and pay attention to details as well.
So,
one quick thing about that is it's actually obviously, you know, everybody needs to have their opinion, but sometimes I feel many people, you know, they go in and say like, oh, it's shit, you know. So kind of elaborate on the things a little better if you go into detail a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Negative reviews, negative comments, sure, they need to happen, but you need to be a little bit more into depth.
So I think there was a lot of talk about like, yeah, why are we like not playing Nameless Hero?
Oh my god. Okay, so I always need to remind myself, you know, that I'm kind of, you know, checking the news and stuff like that. Hey guys, Humble Ornet, Fox, BJ, Majestic. Hey guys. I always need to remind myself, you know, I'm kind of checking the news constantly and stuff like that. And some people don't have the time, and some people, you know, they're not that informed, and that's okay. But dude, come on. Like it's been clear that this is not the Nameless Hero, and it has been for, I don't know, months, a year, more than a year actually. It's like, yeah, but still people are getting confused.
Why are we having this Nyras guy in there? We knew from early on, okay, we have to do at some point a demo, because people don't like to buy games anymore without playing them first. Initially we thought about like, oh, let's do it in the old mine. But like, because it's very easy to gate the mine, right? But the old mine is kind of like not representative of the full game, both visually, but also from a perspective of like what you do in there.
Dude, this is looking so good. Take a look at that. It's kind of cool that this is like an intermission making of podcast, which is not a regular one, but it's nice that we get some extra footage. And I don't know, that could be where Ian hangs out, maybe. Probably. Definitely, I think.
We thought about, okay, let's try to find some character that is part of the.
Take a look at that. Is that Ian? That's Ian, right? He's got. Take a look at the map, man. It's ripped straight from Gothic 3. I hope they do they do a new one. Oh, that's cool, man.
Of the game anyhow, show his perspective when he got tossed in the colony. And then the writing team came up with Nyras, because at the same time we were working on the focus stones. This character, he doesn't do anything. It brings in another angle of like, the sleeper is very present in the world of Gothic.
Let's go back a little bit, man. This was so fast. This was so fast.
Writing team came up with Nyras, because at the same time we were working on the focus stones. This character.
There he is. Got a bald head.
He doesn't do anything like super crazy.
Oh man, I love how the swamp looks. This is really, really cool. Look at all the foliage.
It's important, but he's the segue into the whole focus stone topic.
Yeah, he is. I want to go to this one picture over here. Where is it? The one frame. So this is so interesting, actually. Take a look at this. So we can see. Yeah, you can see my mouse. So this is basically leading up into the central plains of the colony, right? This over here, or maybe here, this whole complex, this is the Orc Cemetery. And here is obviously the swamp camp, but far to this is, because we saw some leaked maps that I will talk about in a future video that showed a building structure in the far west of the swamp, actually. And in the original there was nothing, and I think this is a little hint. And you can see like there's like this huge tree surrounded by these structures, which is pretty interesting. I was always advocating for the cut content of the old gurus, which was pretty awesome. And maybe this is, you know, they take a little bit of inspiration from the original, from the alpha or beta, and then they put this into the remake. I mean, it would be hella cool. But let's move on. But of course, I need to stop here and there because we see some very interesting stuff. I mean, take a look at the mountainside, dude. It would be so cool if you could explore this area as well, like going up in the mountains.
On topic, it brings in another angle of like, the sleeper is very.
Let me read the chat real quick. Fox, hey there. I'll leave it at that. BJ Strive, would make sense for a nameless to have the option to shave his head as well. Finally, if Nyras could, yes, definitely. I'm not a big fan of shaving your head, but it would be cool if you have some customization options. Dude, even apart from the swamp camp, wouldn't it be cool to have some kind of barber hanging out in the major camps, you know, just like in The Witcher, and you've got a few haircuts that don't differ too much.
Present in the world of Gothic, and so is the swamp camp, who is like.
This is looking so good. Look at that. I don't even know where that could be. I love this that they took twigs and branches and covered this area, and you can see a novice chilling there in the background, and obviously there's some there's like footbridges leading up the it seems like a huge tree trunk. Oh man, the atmosphere of all the camps that we've seen, I think the biggest upgrade in atmosphere is definitely the swamp camp.
Like worshipping the sleeper. So I felt like, how can this character be?
Wow, okay. Sorry, I need to stop at every frame, but look at that. Okay, this is definitely a Heavy Templar standing guard here. This is obviously leading to the side of the courtyard. We have seen broken down ruins, but they got heavily expanded on in the remake. Look at that. They kind of got reconstructed. There's like little roofs added, like roofings where people store their goods or whatever. And it seems like you can go up there, and there's even more. I don't know. Are these dormitories? Are these, you know, some kind of defensive walls? I don't know. That looks very cool.
convinced to join the Swamp Camp? How did it happen? We felt it's a really nice introduction about these core elements about the game, and also being able to show in a gated.
Ooh, is this Fortuno, or is this some random dude? Looks like the herb garden
Experience.
I think that there are like 3 different approaches of how usually companies share their content about the development of the game. Like the first one, where they do not share anything, they just release a trailer, the second one, and the game, and that's it. The second one, the second option is just to show everything and engage with the community as much as possible, like to maybe even do kind of live development, share like all the assets, designs, I don't know, concept arts and everything. It's super open type of the development. What? And I think that we are again in the middle. We are trying to balance between these 2 approaches, and we are trying to give pieces of information. So sometimes we show some assets, we show sometimes some concept arts, sometimes we give a chance to the players to choose the voice of the.
Oh man, I need to make a video about this. Oh man, this is so good. If you haven't heard about this, this is how triple A developers or quadruple A developers should actually handle their shit. Like, you've got Alchemia, this small ass studio just coming up, and they have so much interaction with the fans, and this was one of the biggest things they've actually done so far, asking the community in the German community which kind of what kind of voice actor the community prefers. And then you had a poll where you could say, you know, I like option A, B, C, or none of them. It's like, what kind of developer does that? They're so far ahead. They're living in 2055, man.
Diego in the remake. For example, it is a case when we provided 3 audio samples of Diego's voice in German language, and people, German-speaking community could choose it. In the demo, you could hear the voice of Matthias Keller, who was chosen by the community.
When we did the Nyras Demo, we built it specifically for events, having in mind that like you play it for like 30, maximum 60 minutes, and also players who have never seen or played Gothic should be able to have an easy introduction. And when we first showed off this the Nyras prologue, people were like, "Yeah, that's great. Let's just show us more." And we're like, "Wait a minute, we have that." So when are you gonna release it to the public? And I'm like, "Well, we need to work on the game. Yeah, we don't have the time to do it." And it was working, but there were certain things that were like for example, we didn't have at Gamescom a settings menu, because we knew exactly like, yeah, you play on these systems, so there's no good timing to make it happen. And we combined it with a Steam Next Fest, because that's just where a lot of demos get visibility. And we felt like it's a good moment.
The community is always demanding more. They always ask for more, and I absolutely understand them, because I was on their position like many years before I started working here, and I was also visiting like Discord and Steam page, and there was nothing. And I was asking like, when should we expect news? When is release date and everything? Now I need to answer these questions.
We did what people wanted. They wanted.
I gotta say, I feel so sorry for Timur sometimes, because he gotta sift through all that shit, you know, from the community. Like I said earlier, you know, when people are like, "Oh yeah, it's shit," give me some constructive critique, you know. But he's reading it all, he's watching it all. Oh man, Timur, you're the MVP, definitely. Humble Ornette says, for me, they have pitched the product to the customer and not the investor. Well, that sadly is, and the customer seems to be more like an afterthought. Dude, we can talk hours about this shit, you know, the industrialization of art, which got criticized, you know, a long time ago, but it really shows in the video game industry, because if you're a little bit older, you know, you gradually saw better, you know, physics and all that kind of shit. But then suddenly we hit like this peak. I want to say it's 2010, 2015, and since then, okay, maybe graphics get a little better, but you know, the whole package of the game it's a de-evolution, right? Back in the day, they gave us like finished products. You would buy an N64 game and it was beta tested, everything. You could just play it. And nowadays it's just, more often than not, it's incomplete. And then that you should make games first and foremost for the customers, because they are the lifeblood of your franchise. And especially, you know, in the case of Gothic, mods kept this jewel of the past alive for the past, well, 2 decades, more than 2 decades. And well, dude, before we move on, I'm so thirsty. I just had a long hike with my dog. Okay, stay hydrated. Oh, let's move on.
I wanted to play this demo, and I'm glad there was a lot of feedback. There was like 15,000 surveys filled out, which is awesome. So thanks for doing that. It's a great deal of help for us making the game even better. And we see a lot of things that like we didn't have so much on the radar. For example, like the movement in the game. Our main reference really was Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a game also that has a very slow pacing, that certain actions that are repeated over and over again should be rather quick, which means non-realistic. And that is fine. It's just like a matter of like, you want realism or you want it a little gamey. And it feels like certain mechanics, there's definitely a push for getting it more gamey, and we'll definitely do that.
From my perspective, we get a lot of feedback. And
Let's watch that again. I mean, we're going to play it later on, but let's just have a look at this. What? Almost expected a holy collab here. No, man, I'm not significant enough. Loved here in Germany, and I cannot show you what kind of brand it is, but it has a really, really nice, you know, look at the shape. Look, it almost looks like one of the bottles in Gothic, and it's just, oh man, it's so refreshing. Some drops on the stream, or is it just me? I'm sorry. Yeah, it might be my connection. I can end Steam right now. Maybe it's getting better. What's that? That's what we're watching. Okay, let me check this. Okay, let's move on. I hope it's better now.
It's just like a matter of like, you want realism or you want it a little gamey. And it feels like certain mechanics, there's definitely a push for getting it more gamey.
You can see it already. The reaction time, the inertia is tuned down, which is, well, I made a whole video about it. You know, it's in my where realism is like the forefront. You know, this is like the selling point. I think if you do it like, you know, just as realistic as you can, it becomes very tedious, in my opinion. So you need some of this. Well, it's still a video game, you know.
Gamey, and we'll definitely do that.
from my perspective, we get a lot of feedback, and we are also looking for the feedback, watching a lot of videos, reading a lot about, of course. It's a good thing, like we are aware of some problems of the game, that we are working on them, because the demo is how the game is. It's not a demo just clean it for the people. So many times they confirm things that we have in mind, or at least we have some flags about, okay, this could not be the best solution, and the community many times say, okay, in this case, solve it, or we don't want this. So for us, it's helped us a lot to have this feedback, and also using it for improving the game. That is what we are aiming for.
In the demo specifically, there were certain elements that were not working out. The demo is just what it is. It's like not representative of the full game in a way that like you can just say like, okay, like the full game will be exactly like that. The demo locked at a certain time of day, so you obviously have just no visual variety. There are no weathers in there. It's always sunny, right? So you see one specific weather and daylight condition all the time. it's not doing justice to the full game, of course, and that's what everybody has to realize also, that like, of course it has like daily routines, but they are nowhere near as detailed as in the original. And of course it has some monsters, but like, of course you won't see, I don't know, how monsters beyond that react. You only see very few characters, and you don't see them in a camp where they are actually living and where they have a real daily routine. They are kind of like all in an extreme situation because they are trapped. You should get an idea of like what can happen with progression, but it was maybe a little too fast. So players might get the wrong idea of like, oh, in the remake you will actually progress faster than you will do. But no, I mean, the pacing is still very much the same, the power curve. And then I think another big problem of the combat in the demo was the hit zones. So like there were just clear bugs in there that like sometimes you would think like you land a hit with the sword because the models touch each other, but it wouldn't recognize the hit. And so it gives you this awkward feeling of like, oh, the combat system is bad. But yeah, it's a glitch, it's a bug, it's something we'll address and fix. I'm not saying like, hey, all is good, right? There are a lot of the very end.
I think that without such an incredible, passionate, active, and crazy creative community, this series we could lose it. And I think that.
What the fuck is that? Is that a lurker? Holy shit, chat! I gotta go back. I gotta go back just a little bit. Damn, son.
We could lose it.
Look at that. That's a lurker. Holy fuck. Okay. And the list was lurker, bloodhounds, and you know, like the regular demons, basically. And take a look at that. They kind of... Is it just me, or does it look like a really demonic, transformed frog-like beast? You know, a crossover between a frog, upright, but I hope they're not crouching all the time like we see here. I'm not mad about this one. I'm okay with it.
And I think that.
Okay. Here we can see it, you know, more in its natural stance. I like that they gave it like this huge bulbous throat. It kind of looks cool. But where is this? Somewhere around the new camp? Damn, where is this?
The Gothic community is the reason why we are here sitting today and recording this.
God, look at
that. You know, because of this feedback, because of Gothic fans' reaction, because of this feedback, why we are here sitting today.
Holy fuck! It's Fisk. This one is Fisk. This might probably be Dexter, actually. What do you think? Is this Dexter or is this Dexter? I think this is Dexter. Dexter always rapping and he's dancing. Oh man, look at that. This is awesome. This is so cool. And they also added, what is this structure? This should still be the marketplace, right? Did they change it? Did they change it?
And recording this making of because of this feedback, because of Gothic fans'
Awaken
reaction.
Cyrus.
So I'm super grateful for.
Okay. Dude, this was so good. Let's take a look at the last bit once more. There were really quite some pearls within this special making of. So they addressed quite a few things that the community basically, you know, criticized, which is good. I mean, they were talking right in this segment. They were talking about the sound effects, and even though I didn't really criticize them too much, wait, I can try to make it a little louder. Tell me if it's better or not. Even though I didn't address it too much, it's a big part actually of combat, you know. The way of feeling the impact of your swings has a lot to do with, you know, the audio signals. And well, Reinhard Pollitz just said, you know, there were some bugs and glitches in the demo. I mean, sure. But you know what's really cool is that they go back and fix the demo. I mean, they could have just said, you know, fuck it, we leave it there. It's just a demo, we move on. But once again, I have to say, brother, how cool is that they... I can go louder. Okay. Bro, I don't want to peek. Fabius, hey, mate. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's a big part why Gothic 3's combat felt so watered down. It was just not very good. Okay, so I think we finally arrived here, where we are basically going for the Steam. Bro, where's my Steam? Yeah, I mean, it really shows dedication, in my opinion. So, Nyras Prologue. Let's finally take a look. What? Yeah, sure. Come on, bro. Why does it take so long? Dude, what's going on here? Doesn't work anymore. I should have tested it before I went online. Oh no. Okay. Hell no, I forgot to change it to where is it? My last stream was in German. Shit. Where are we? No. Where can I find language? Wait a second. No. In-game settings? Really? Are you sure? Dude. I'm so sorry. This is so unprofessional. In-game, really? I'm going to check this. Well, usually I changed it in Steam. But also the voiceover? Really? Well, we take a look. Okay, there we go. Wait, what? It's fucking loud. Okay. But I cannot change it. Am I stupid? I think we need to be in-game. Yeah, yeah.
Still alive? Good. I'm Diego. I'm not. No one in here cares about your name, lad. Unless
Yeah,
you look.
I'm
Usually I'm the
skipping
guy.
this.
All clear.
I skip.
Can I help you some? That. Where can I camp? No, just. Okay, sure. Welcome to the.
So is that better? Can tune it down just a little more. Is that better, boys? Are your ears okay now? Or what about, should be fine. Okay. Game, subtitles, aim speed, okay, okay, objects outliner off, on. Let's try this. Auto close chests, display, graphics. Give me the Alchemia Overdose. Do I need to go, Oh my god, this is horrible. Gothic? Okay. Okay. So, let's check this out. Okay, it's definitely faster picking up things.
That's a bad idea. They'll kill me if they find me sleeping here.
Take all. Yeah, that's definitely faster right now. Well, I think they changed, you know, they put a focus on movement, looting, and combat. And definitely, as you can see, you can loot things quite faster right now. They also changed the UI.
Are you saying that the barrels had an extra thick bottom? That's all I know. It's all a game, Whistler. They trick us, we trick them, and so it goes to
Okay.
life, I guess.
Yeah, we're doing a what is it called? A speed run. But I feel like I was playing it on very high set playable. When I go for Alchemia Overdosed. Look at that. I didn't have this problem when I did my other playthrough. It's like the motion blur is over the top. I think. And it's not that smooth anymore. I gotta go back with the settings. Something changed. I'm not quite sure what it is, but let's go back to Gothic. What is high? Okay, that's a little lower. Let's go for Gothic. I mean, now it's okay. I think my system is pretty good. I got a 4080. It's a kind of a new computer, but yeah. Wait. Oh man, did I forget how to go? There we go. No. Okay, nice. Yeah, so faster looting underwater is obviously a very good thing. There is the crab again. Have you seen it? There it is. Awesome crab, man. Bro, don't want to die here. Okay. So I'm reading the chat once more. I hope this is a success. This is from Peter. I hope this is a success and good so they can remake all the Gothic games, but Unreal 5, I don't like it. I don't like it much. No bright colors. Well, as they said in the this new episode of their making of series, they say that, you know, looking at the demo, everything is locked in with this weather, with this kind of light, you know, it's just one type of weather style, and there are much more in the finished game. So what about climbing? Okay. Also feels a bit faster. I gotta be honest, just jumping up still looks a little bit funny, but give me one game where it looks fine, you know. Fabius, turned it down to high and enabled upscaling, got 90 FPS at 1440, and had loads of little loading lags. Sleepy Groggins, oh, so it's not just me, also had some performance issues. Is it still too loud? A little bit? Had also some performance issues with this new build compared to before. My rig's pretty good though. Yeah, I feel the same. Purple dots, you can always use a filter with NVIDIA overlay and change the colors as you wish. Yeah, sure, but, you know, not many people do that. And they kind of expect the base game to be like this. Oh, look at that. It's a flying meat bug this time. Ha! Okay. So we are having a weapon. So this is the moment of truth. Wait, what? Hello? Ah, okay. I think it's a little bit... I think it's a little bit more reactive, but we gotta see... we gotta wait a little bit. Until we get, you know, our first upgrade to fighting. Okay. So you know what we're going to do. Oh well, so we will go into the mine and fight the mole rats as an unlearned fighter. But first I want to see some more settings. Controls, where to lock on target. Oh, that's okay. Change target is up and down. Block parry, dodge is alt. Okay. And this is, okay. Well, let's take a look now. But now it runs smoothly, you know, but I don't know, man. I didn't have problems with putting it on the highest setting. And here we got the fighting music, listen. Oh, look at that, my torch disappeared. Hey, this is not good. This is not good. Ah, okay, okay. This is what I wanted. Okay. Where is it? Uh-huh. Yeah, man, it's much faster. I like it. It all depends right now on the trained fighter animations and how it feels. Essence of healing, nice. Yeah, it feels faster. It feels less clunky. I mean, obviously we're untrained right now. I feel like it's more reactive. Even as an untrained fighter. Zack. Zack. Okay. Let's try out the big one. Can we put that on that work? Oh, okay. So two-handed. Obviously that is a little bit slower because of the nature of the weapon. But that's how it is. No stutters. Yeah, we had some stutters before. Right now it's okay. It's all right, in my opinion. So yeah, they broke something with the let me save once more. With the compatibility, you know, with the systems, I don't know. Resource management. I'm not sure. Okay, once more looting. Take a look at this. It's pretty fast. I mean, it's better that way. Nobody can... Look, here is the thing about realism, right? Nobody can pick up things that fast in real life. But you have to remember, this is a game, and it's a game where there is a lot of loot, there is a lot of... I mean, but there are so many items, and every time you pick something up, you have this very slow animation. It drives you nuts instantly. Picking up girls, maybe. Okay, let's have a sweet talk with my man Kirgo. Yeah, dude, I think there is a sweet spot between realism and, you know, video gamey feel. So.
Hey, you. Look at that. Fresh face. They just throw you in?
It is. It is, definitely. Oh man, I tried to pronounce your name. Giamo? Is it that?
They did.
Well then, welcome to the colony, I guess. What's your name? I'm Kirgo.
Nyras.
Good to meet you. Hey, listen. Why don't we chat for a bit? You could tell me the latest from the outside, and I can give you some advice that will help you stay alive here. It's just that I've been shoveling that bloody rubble all day, and I'd kill for a distraction. What do you say?
Why do you care what happens on the outside anyway? We're never getting out of here, are we?
Well, the new campers and the guys from the swamp would...
Guillermo?
But yeah, you're right.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, man. I stopped.
Still, I think it helps to remind yourself from time to time that the world doesn't start and end at this stupid blue dome. I'd go crazy if I didn't.
How about you tell me in return?
How about I tell you in return for a safe place to sleep?
Gothic.
Because of the shadow beast, huh? I'd let you sleep in there if it were up to me. But it's not. Sorry, friend.
Alright.
Alright. Honestly, though, there isn't that much to tell. Everyone's on edge because of the war, and all the horror stories that are going around about the orcs don't help. There's word that the Nordmarians made some small victories, though, so there's that.
Thank Enos. Let's hope they can reclaim some of the mining areas. There's no way we in here can keep up with the demand long term, no matter how many prisoners the king sends here. What about Corina City? Did you get a chance to see it when they brought you here?
Not really. They had me locked up the whole time.
Ah, shame. Oh man, I miss that place. I lived there for a couple of years after I left Varant. Had a woman there. Rosa. She was the sweetest thing you could ever imagine. And a better soul than I'll ever be. Ah, shit. Here I am rambling like a drooling old man. I'm sorry.
Your turn. What's your advice?
Join the old camp. We're the heart of the colony. All the stuff they send us from outside, they bring it to us.
Unless there's a rock slide.
Ah, don't worry about that. Our boys will have that cleared in no time. Gomez is tough, but he knows how to keep this place running.
Gomez is your boss?
He's the most powerful man in
Okay, guys, I'm skipping this. I already did a complete playthrough.
the king. One more thing.
If you want to see a,
Coming up.
you know, if you want to see the whole thing, just check it out on my channel. But right now, I want to get into the nitty gritty.
All right. Why not?
Great. Just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready to fight.
Let's dance.
Oh boy! What? Look at that. Into the mud. Yeah, I was just about to parry the attack, but then it was already over.
Hey, you. Good fight. I hope I didn't break anything.
It's all right.
Happy to hear it. You're not bad, friend. You need some practice, but you got potential. Want me to teach you some tricks?
Sure. Why not?
All right. Number one. When you're using a weapon like this, hold it in one hand. Two. And finally...
Okay.
Hey, anytime.
Okay, there we go. One-handed increase. We're going to save the game, bro. Let me read the chat real quick. Purple dots. In Red Dead Redemption 2, if you press and hold the pickup button, Arth, the only really friendly character in the demo and the only one you can kill, poor Kirgo. Yeah, he's really nice. He's really nice. Let's have a sparring match. Also Kirgo Mähdrescher. What? Yeah, he kinda wrecked me. Okay, there we are. What is he doing? There's also... Well, let me check this. I feel I feel it's faster. Yes. Yeah, man. The strong attack is definitely faster. The rest is... So, in my opinion right now, I think... Okay, first and foremost, that's a big fix. Definitely. But what I think, what they're aiming for when it comes to the combat is that you cannot stagger your opponent anymore like you could in the original Gothic, right? You could, you know, if there's, for example, a humanoid NPC, you could, or any type of NPC actually, and it's standing against the wall, you know, you could just chop, 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 and the enemy would stagger, and you could easily cheese your opponent. So I think what they're going for right now is a more of a tactical approach in that, okay, you cannot chain your attacks endlessly together. I tried once more. Okay. Wait. I need some space. Suck. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3. And then you need to wait a little bit. Can you do this? No. Okay, after 3 swings, after 3 normal swings, you gotta wait a little bit. But, Fabius, what is the magnetism? Can you explain that to me like I'm 5 years old? But I like it, it feels more natural. Yeah, I don't know about that, but in Gothic 1 and 2, like with the old engine, you could easily stagger your opponents, as I said, you know, against a wall or just even without a wall. If you were fast enough, there is a little stagger animation. And it kind of depended, in my opinion, I could be totally wrong. Stagger window was very tiny, while it was more forgiving if you would fight somebody who is untrained. That's my feeling. I don't have any empirical evidence on that. It feels better. Definitely. Sometimes this is actually a point of critique that I wanted to make, but I forgot about it. So, if I swing now and I want to parry, you're waiting for the animation to play out, right? Zack, and I'm already clicking on parrying. Parry, 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 and now he does the animation, right? If you go back, if you click on parry, he does it immediately. So you can kind of refresh your animation and go directly into the parry mode. And with this combat system, I think you need to play more tactical and you need to think in advance. So I think still my biggest gripe with the combat system right now is probably, if you want to go for a more tactical route, you should be able to, in my opinion, again, you should be able to parry a little faster. What do you think about that? I'm completely neglecting the chat, by the way. I'm sorry. Wait. Take a look at the colony. I'm reading through some messages. Staggering related to your strength armor. Before the update, when attacking, you'd get pulled into your enemy, so you wouldn't miss as much if you were just a tad bit. Yeah, I'm checking this soon, because we will go up to the plateau. No animation canceling. It doesn't feel like it. But that's how it should be, right? Because if you commit to an attack, you can get punished for it. Sure. Parry is delayed, but the normal strikes are also a little slower. To me, a more tactical route would mean that you can't just spam left attack and do a full combo. Oh, wait a second. What the fuck? I'm in window mode now. Oh. Window mode? Yeah, bro, it is what it is. No, borderless. There we go. Yeah, again, this is like figuring out the sweet spot between video gamey and realism. But I feel like there is like, I don't know, half a second, I'm already pressing on this parry button. Half a second later, up to a second later, it plays out. I mean, if you go for the realistic approach, right? Get yourself, you can parry the attack. I mean, that's a counter argument. I'm not sure about this. So, okay, let's check out our weapons. Oh, that's there. Okay. No, going back. I need to eat something. Okay, now let's fight against the scavengers.
Hey, you. Wait a second. You're the guy they just tossed in, aren't you? No, don't say anything. I know it. You just got that
what the fuck did I get myself into look on your face. I'm guessing you already know we're stuck up here.
Yeah. I'm looking for a place to camp. Apparently there's a shadow beast out here.
There is? It's in the old miners'
I mean, I'm trying to look at the textures right now. It looks pretty good, even though it's not the highest quality. Taking a look at the bow and stuff like that, it looks pretty good. By the way, I really like the bow model that he's wearing. Like, it's pretty crude, but it looks very good. Okay, R5.
Your comment. Where you maybe? How do I know?
You mean no?
What's in this for you?
Second, the one where you don't. But
deal.
There ain't one. Those birds are as dumb as rocks. Just don't let them.
Let's hunt.
Use.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, this time we're going for the bow. What? What? Okay. Okay, I need your opinion on this, because I felt pretty useless right now as a bowman. Obviously, we are untrained, we only have a short bow, a very crude short bow. But I think the draw animation to do maximum damage takes a little bit too long. What do you think? Still can't take the helmet, which is a good thing. Seriously, fuck helmets in Gothic. Except they're attached to the armor, you know. No let strength. Yeah. A trained archer, it would be faster. Maybe I shouldn't worry too much about it. But if I compare it to the original, you would find it. For example, let's take Gothic 2. You know, you find your first bow in the at the small lake. You go out of Xardas Tower. There's a small goblin. You go behind the lake. In some bushes, you find your first bow. It's a short bow. You equip it for anything like that. I don't care about that. I can kill that wolf with my bare hands, if you will, you know, or with a normal weapon, with a melee weapon. But I save the bow for creatures that are a little bit too tough, because the bow does exceptional damage at the start of the game, even untrained. You know, obviously you have you didn't have free aim and all that kind of stuff, but the bow always felt like, okay. It's like a little bit of a, and I think you cannot do this with this bow and with this you know, long drawback animation, which is okay, because we need to keep in mind, and I also need to keep, you know, reminding myself of this. They don't want you to be a swordsman they want you to dive into different kind of combat situations. I don't want to say from the get-go, but early on, because people were complaining that in an original Gothic playthrough, first you got to invest into one-hander, you know, and if you wanted to get a two-hander, you need to wait until a certain chapter and this and that. And people were complaining, hey, what about me? I want to play as a mage from the get-go. Can I do it? I'm not 100% sure that you will. I don't think that you can, you know, use magic from the get-go. But I'm sure that there will be some ways to introduce you to magic earlier on. You know, be more proficient as an archer. So yeah, it's kind of, you know, thinking about that, it's kind of sad that we don't have the option to get better at you know, shooting your bow in the demo. But it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. It's all about balancing.
Hey, you.
Bro, talk to me.
Good job.
Well, crew?
Yeah,
I take it you're...
as a...
What happened?
Well, someone...
What is your friend?
Bring him...
Okay, let's go up the hill and fight once more with our newly acquired swordsmanship. That's also good. That's also a good point, actually. I don't know how to communicate this. What about climbing up? Okay, I don't think that they changed the speed of climbing up things too much. And it wasn't really necessary, in my opinion. Okay, there he is. Don't want to talk to him just yet. So somewhere around here are mole rats. There we go. Okay, now I'm locked in. See? I was clicking on parry already. Der echte AJ. Welcome, bro. Sorry, but I completely disagree. It's weird that I always say this, I know, but... Dude, there is something in my head that goes like... when somebody says, you know, helmets and stuff in Gothic games. We had this lengthy discussion on the Discord. Again, if you have an armor, a whole armor type, you know, it's like the Paladin armor, and there is an integrated helm, I've got nothing against it. But... Dude, I'm looking at Gothic 3 where you have separate helms and they all look shit. I know it's a design problem, but I never liked the... obviously taking inspiration from the medieval times, and obviously you have shields and all that kind of shit. Sure, but I can't remember a game where you don't have a shield. And that kind of makes Gothic unique in my opinion, because it's this raw, visceral fight. You can only dodge... and parry with your sword, and that's your defense, right? A shield is like, okay, you can hide behind it, you know. There's like 2 or 3 bandits swinging at you, and you're just blocking to have some kind of punishment. And that punishment, the easiest punishment, in my opinion, is having a stamina bar that slowly decreases with every hit you take against your shield. And more often than not, and I think it was like that in Gothic 3, the stamina bar is also tied to your swings that you do and your running speed, you know, your sprinting, the length of your sprint. And I don't like this, I'm sorry. But everybody's entitled to their own. And I think if you're like, okay, we make it like, I don't know, Baldur's Gate or this and that, you know, it feels getting too generic. I mean, take a look at Witcher. Geralt doesn't use a shield, you know. You can go without it. So, Mr. Fender, hey Vertigo, do you notice any changes for the better? Maybe the combat system? Yeah, we were trying out that shit. It's definitely faster. My biggest gripe that I had up until now... Oh, I pulled something. My biggest gripe is that you are kind of stuck in your animation, that you cannot cancel your animation and go directly into parrying. Right? You have to wait. No! Oh, I almost hit Redford. Need something to drink. Fabius, that's the issue. Gothic doesn't take inspiration from medieval times. It's a one-on-one representation of the Ruhrpott in the late 90s. Yeah, nobody ran around with shields in the Ruhrpott. Everybody was just, you know, wielding swords and slaughtering each other. Or, you know, bare hand-to-hand combat. They changed the UI so it looks a little more fitting. Check the club too. Let me check the club. Is it a different one? No. There we go. That's a club. Okay. The club is... Dude, I just realized I didn't use the club in my original playthrough. The club is slower, but I think it's due to the different type of damage that it does. This is something that I mentioned. There is edge damage, there is blunt damage. Cool. But yeah, it makes sense, you know, that a club is obviously heavier. Let's fight with this one. I think I'm going to die now. Yeah, I should have healed myself up a little more. Oh, yeah, but in the end, it's slower. Down to the ore, the wheat, and the magic. It's all there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Animation cancelling during combat was something that worked well in the Genome engine. The Gnome engine? You mean the Zen engine, right? Do not block the attack, just sense the moment of attack and dodge. Yeah, I think that's working better with animals, actually. But the enemy AI still feels wonky. You probably hear the what the fuck is going on here? The battle music, which got changed. They said it in the new making of podcast that they released with these fixes. Okay, you do significantly less damage. Oh. I'm still getting... Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I'm spamming too much. I know that. I really need to get into the headspace of, you know, it's more tactical. But now we're switching back to our trusty sword because it makes more sense to wield the sword since it makes fighting them easier. Ah! Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I've got another point of criticism coming up. Okay, we barely survived. So another point of criticism is the way you scroll through your target locks. The way you do it right now is you lock on the target with your third mouse button, which is the wheel. You press it down and then you're locked. If you want to scroll through your targets, you gotta either scroll up or down. I don't like this way of changing targets while locked. I don't know which game it was. Oh, it was actually The Witcher 3, where you would lock onto a target and then just move your mouse to the left or right, and then it would change the target lock, the lock target lock. I like this way better. So this time I'm going to... Oh, we have... What? We have... Oh. Okay. Oh boy. There he is. So right now I was a little bit confused that the scavenger didn't make a sound. Usually they do a sound when they spot you. Consume the potato. Okay, let me read once more again. The chat. Mr. Fender, Gothic 3 combat system was shit. Archery and Magix was okay, but the strongest aspect of Gothic 1 and Gothic 2, the melee fight, they completely, well, dismantled it. Trying to hit enemies give me Dark Souls 1 let's cut the boss tail vibes. Yeah. Okay. Don't like the console camera, makes me dizzy. It's actually the classic camera. It's not the old over the shoulder. Yeah, it's the classic one. You lock on and then you just look around to change target. Exactly. Check the HP bar. Okay. I had that also today. No warning sounds from monsters at all, which is... Look, the thing is, some monsters didn't warn you. Like, for example, shadow beasts and snappers. So you had to be careful when running around in the woods. And this is one of the wow moments. This is always something that I cite when talking about cool monster design and NPC AI behaviors of a snapper. They will, they will... I don't know, they will smell your presence, they will turn around, they will spot you, and then they lock on. And they're very, very slow, and they're stalking you, and you don't even realize that. And then when they're close enough, that's when you hear the snapper, but that's when it's too late, and you're gone. Okay. You move the camera with the mouse. Why doesn't it just lock on the enemy at the center? Yeah. Now it does show on each eating item how much you will heal. Yeah, that's a little fix with the UI. It's hilarious to me that you think the strongest bit of was the combat. My friends who didn't grow up with it didn't want to play it, especially because of the combat. 1 and 2 as an action RPG, in my opinion. It's a core pillar, actually. Does the game stutter or is it my internet? It might be my internet, bro. I'm sorry. But I also love the combat, which is why I'm omega hyped for the demake, even more so than the actual remake, I must admit. Okay. Yeah, sorry about the stream. I don't know what's going on. I try to fix it next time. So here I'm running around a little bit. The reactions are faster. It doesn't look as wonky. Oh boy. Okay, see, you get animation, it doesn't get cancelled, but the enemy's animation not getting cancelled while you cannot cancel your own animation to parry or to dodge makes it a real gamble. So I'm really struggling actually to get around fighting enemies like this. Yeah. While Gothic 1 and 2's combat is really fast and you can cheese your opponent again by staggering, it's really something else. I hear combat music, but there's nothing. Okay. I'm so sorry, man. I don't know what's going on, actually. I closed... Did I close Steam? Let me check it real quick. Maybe Maybe stream is downloading something? No. It's not. Was one in the monastery. They should act as a bonus to armor stats when equipped. The mechanics of blocking. Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. The holy shield. That what's his name? Dominique used in the battle of, I don't know. Yeah, obviously it's part of the lore. But still, I don't like it. Like, all the mods that I've played, Gothic 1 and Gothic 2, that added shields, fighting with shields was not my thing. Dude. There we go. Oh, I'm actually looking forward for the little piece of information that we find on Jorik's body, if we can finally take a look at it. Okay, we got no health whatsoever. It's like a ride and die suicide mission. Yes. He dead. We made it. Nice. Don't talk to me yet. Don't talk to me yet. No.
Who are you?
Oh. Oh, you get a different type of dialogue when you go straight for Jorik.
I found him like this.
I know. I'd have heard the fighting. Who are you?
I'm new here. I was just looking for a safe place to sleep, and I found him like this.
A green blood? I thought they weren't bringing any today.
Well, I'm here.
Fine. I believe you. So he's dead. Fuck. Must have been that shadow beast.
Drax said he was one of you.
Last time I saw him, he went on about how their god was talking to him in his sleep. Nutty stuff like that. And then a week ago, he just wandered out of our camp in the...
You sure about the extra dialogue?
Look, I found this on your map.
A letter?
No, a drawing.
Ah, must have scribbled that while he was...
What now? Are you gonna take him back to your camp?
No. So, Drax promised...
I helped him hunt.
Did you? You'll... And come on.
I don't know about this, man. You still can't take a look at it. That's a shame, actually. So, okay. Here's a little brainstorm. About how to make the inventory a little better. Item in the rest of the screen. I don't know. Would you like that? Or is it me talking shit right now? But again, this criticism stands that you cannot really take a look at the letter, even though it's, you know, just junk. I would have loved to see what's written on there. Okay, yeah, we're almost at the end of this. I want to capture my final thoughts on this. So they changed things. The UI is now more in place with. Then there is running around the movement, which is faster and more reactive than before. You've got the fighting. You don't really recognize it too much when you're untrained, but when you're trained, it's definitely faster. My biggest gripe right now is that you cannot cancel your animation, and it takes quite a long time to go from your you know, from your swings into the parry or the dodge. But the dodge is... sometimes it works a little better. Dodging seems to be a bit faster. Parrying, on the other hand, you really need to wait until your swing is over. Even if I think this is what killed me a few times in this playthrough. I mean, I don't want to lie, you get used to this shit. Obviously, you get used to a lot of stuff. But I wish that you could cancel your animation a little better. Since, in my opinion, the spirit of the original Gothic combat was, if you can mechanically do it with your hands, then it can happen, right? There's people, you know, having a rusty sword and battling I don't know, a shadow beast, you know? If you're fast enough and good enough with the mechanical keyboard and the mouse and whatever, you should be able to do it. And I feel kind of, you know, you're locked into these animations and you wanna parry or dodge, and you simply need to wait for your animation to play out. This might be my biggest critique that I have. Okay, let me check the chat once more. What's going on? Gothic 3 fight music mod incoming on the first day of the release. I can feel it. Yeah, sure, man. I'm not installing this. I'm sorry. Pan salts. I'm okay. What else do we have here? I think some extra dialogue was added with this patch as well. Yeah, okay. New Shadow Beasts seem to have a main made of actual shadow. Do you enjoy this new take? Yeah, I think they took inspiration from Arcania in this, when it comes to this, especially. I've never played Arcania, but I saw some screenshots, and that's where they had, you know, the I don't know, the fog going on, the shadow. I like it when it's a subtle effect. What I didn't like too much about the Shadow Beast was actually the spikes on their back. If you take a look at the original concept, the original model, it was a huge Shadow Beast, so tanky looking. I like that pretty much. I like the original design. I do like the new Lurker, but I like the Shadow Beast more, the old one. There were localization updates and minor fixes, but maybe that just means the Ukrainian, Romanian, Italian voice acting, yeah. Oh, Chinese and Spanish. What's going on here? Oh, brother, I missed so much. How to make the inventory better. Make one column on the right side of the screen that you can see. See what you did there. Patch notes are linked in Timur's post and the news channel on the Discord. Yeah, I read through this at the beginning of the stream. If you're fast enough and good enough, you still can't get over the Shadow Beast armor rating, though. In G2 it was possible, and that wasn't improved. Do it in G2. That was also my Pansalts again. That was also my main issue in Gothic 3. It was way slower than my typing, not responsive enough. Exactly. You can cancel the animation by dodging. Yeah, look, I tried to do that, and it works sometimes, but not every time, I feel. Now I'm doing it, it's pretty consistent. But when I was fighting creatures, it didn't feel like it. And but looking at it right now, you're right. You can definitely cancel the animation. But so I wish you could also cancel the animation with actually, you know, parrying. That would make it a lot more bearable, I want to say, you know, fighting against these creatures. So let me go back. Good point. That made the player more involved, and the game was not just stat-based. As a skilled and experienced player, you could kill a bandit with pickaxe. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I like about it. How you overall seeing the improvements, Brother Vertigo? Landros, good to see you. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the part that they went back to the demo of all things and patched it up a little bit. I like it. Now Shadow Beasts also drop humanity. Now that he heard you say it, he's doing it. What? Now that he heard you say it, he's doing it right. To me, it feels like, you know, feels like the same. But again, dodging, yeah, okay. Well, so yeah. In general, I'm very happy with this. Good work once more, dude. I love the dedication that they went back and fixed the frickin' demo, man. Who's going to do this, really? But yeah, that shows. That shows the dedication. Can we climb up there? There was a little Easter egg up there, right? Somebody got there. But I can't get there. Come on, boy. This is obviously something that I want, you know, in the full version of the game. You can climb up this ledge over here, then you can see this ledge here. You should be able to climb it and go there. I don't want this freedom taken away, but I've talked about this on many different occasions. Okay, so combat better, but needs some fine-tuning when it comes to the parrying system. It needs to cancel the animation, just like dodging does. Bow, I'm kind of torn with the bow. I can see, you know, if you're untrained, that it takes a long time to draw the bowstring. But we were fighting against the scavengers a few minutes ago, and I felt like I was aiming at the scavenger, not at its head, but the main body, which is like a bigger target. And I didn't really hit him. That was kind of weird. I felt that was not a mistake on my part. Else UI changes again. It's good. Music, you know, a few bugs and glitches that were fixed. One thing again, I want the animals to make more sounds, especially like mole rats and scavengers, because in Gothic 1, you know an animal is around if you don't see it right away, you know. It alerts you with its call, with its squeak, with its growl, with its roar, whatever. Then you know, oh, there is an animal. What alerted me how it should be, in my opinion? Definitely not. You should be able to hear the call and you're like, oh yeah, okay, let's go. There is a fight upcoming. Okay, what else do we have? Do you experience any stutters on the... or the game is absolutely smooth? On my end, it's smooth, but I've got some internet connection problems. So that's maybe what's decreasing your experience with watching the stream. I'm sorry. Hopefully it will be even more polished in the final game and not just rushed fixed like in the demo. Yeah, I hope that too. I hope... I see this fix now as, again, they're like, okay, are going to be more bug and glitch fixes in the finalized game, and, you know, smoother combat maybe here and there. And we also need to wait for more criticism coming from you and me, you know, people playing the demo and streamers and whatnot. It's like me, if you get too close, I roar. Exactly. 7 out of 10. Where's the squeak at, bruh? IGN. I have to say that I like the old battle music better. Now that I think about it, it felt very soft. It felt in the music, to be honest. But you might be right. You might be right. SkyMax, your video on what needs to be fixed on the Gothic remake was amazing. Do you happen to know if the devs saw it? You mentioned several key mechanics that really define Gothic. I don't know. Dude, at the beginning of the episode, they put up, you know, the weird takes in the background while showing some stuff on the screen, like criticism from the Steam page and whatnot. And I thought I could hear my voice for just a second. I don't know, but that might be me still suffering from my swamp weed abuse all those years ago. What specs you got and what settings you're running? I can write that in the description once it's uploaded. I got a 4080 NVIDIA. Well, we could share Vertigo's content on Reddit and Instagram with tags. I think there is no need. I mean, don't spam Reddit with videos. They get downvoted. I tried it once upon a time, and, you know, memes get the thumbs up. They get the up-duderinos, but videos like that, they get probably downvoted. I don't know why that is. Please don't do that. Actually, regarding raw performance, I think it improved quite a bit. This is where I disagree. So once again, I know the connection is bad right now. I'm sorry. My game runs smooth. I don't know the FPS. It's at least 30 FPS. I'm going into the settings right now, graphics, and I pull up the highest, which is Alchemia Overdose. And now it's stuttering. Now it's stuttering. It's like micro lags. It looks better, but it has these micro lags. You really feel it when playing. And I didn't have this problem in my playthroughs before. I did 2 playthroughs, one in German, one in English, complete playthroughs. I played on the highest, you know, graphics setting. I didn't have these problems. So, a collective effort will definitely help. You can post like community videos and all that kind of stuff. Cosmin Alex, animals before alerting, they also have ambiental sounds that play from afar. Lurkers gurgle, shadow beasts have a specific breathing noise, etc. That is completely true, and I forgot about this, and you're absolutely right. You hear the scavengers making their weird bird sounds and picking on the ground. Wolves as well, they have their weird noises. You hear the breathing sounds, you know, the sounds when they sleep of the shadow beasts. This is actually very, very good that you say this. Dude, this is grade A. Please put that back in the game. Kai Rosenkranz, if you're listening, we need those sounds back. Pretty please. Videos aren't well received on Reddit, but if you were to write some bullet points and post them, that would at least spark discussion, but could also get you downvoted depending on your opinion. Yeah, bro, I don't give a shit about Reddit, I'm sorry. I'm kind of active there, but I don't like Reddit. There is Discord, the temple, where we speak with, not with a sleeper, but with people like Kai Rosenkranz and Timur, and they are straight up the connection to Alchemia. I played the demo on 3060 Ti and had no issues whatsoever, except the combat sucked. Yeah. Drop the global lighting to Gothic. That's the only real issue. It's because Overcharged is done with crazy lumen in it. I'm gonna try it right now. What can I say? Landros, you are a man of integrity. And I trust you more each day. He's right. It's the lighting. It's the global lighting. But it still looks good though without the overdose. Okay. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I think I don't wanna finish it right now. Because we've already done this. I've tried the most important things. Yeah. Keep all the rest though. Yeah, it works right now. That was a good piece of advice. Rennie, what do you think about all animal attack could be blocked? For comparison, in original, no animal attacks could be blocked, and you had to dodge back. And Risen only some could be. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. So obviously, in Gothic 1 and Gothic 2, I don't know about Gothic 3, but you couldn't parry animal attacks. You could only dodge them. I think that's kind of fair. That's kind of fair. Yeah. I don't... I think it would be better if they communicated this in the game a little better, that you cannot parry animals. Because I was trying to parry animals, even though I knew, you know, you couldn't in the original, so... Chatsy says, they fixed a lot of things. Sounds are missing, warning sounds. I agree, from mobs. Gothic 3 was bad. I remember how disappointed I was at the premiere. Yeah, bro. Don't remind me. That was a hell going through this time in my life because I was anticipating this game so much, and then it... Dude, I've got a script sitting there in my files for years now where I wanted to you know, talk about Gothic 3's failure, but I couldn't... You know, I couldn't finish it. You could block Shadow Beast and some other monsters in Gothic 1, as I remember. You for sure? No, it could be. I don't know. Usually I'm dodging these attacks. Okay, so I'm about to close this up. Is this the Gothic remake? Yes, it is. It's not Oblivion, brother. No, that's it. Oh, this is... Talking about Oblivion, I haven't played it yet. But yo, everybody is like, no, it's no remaster, it's a remake. There is so a little bit tuned. But brother, if you want a remake, you gotta look at Gothic. This is what a remake is. I think it's a glorified remaster, that Oblivion remake. I will probably play it, but I think many content creators really hype it up into Oblivion. No pun intended, you know. They're hyping it up too much, you know, saying, "Oh, this is a remake" and stuff like that. Became iconic because of how bad it was, you know. It was so bad that it became iconic. But dude, if I make a remake, that shit needs to be redone. People saying Oblivion is a remake don't know what a remake is. Yeah. Lizardmen in Gothic 2, you can dodge them, sure. Because they're humanoid, they're just like orcs. You can dodge them too. Thanks for the stream, even though it was a little future, but please don't take it for granted. I don't want to promise anything. Oh yeah, something off right now. A little off topic. If some guys of you have time on your hands, I'm trying to get into the Machinima Gothic Maker for Gothic 1 and 2. It's a little bit complex for myself, and I'm working on some new videos, and I need footage. Really a hassle. It's really complicated. There are a lot of things that you need to keep in mind, and it just is better with the Machinima stuff. And again, I need some footage. I've got my voices recorded for at least 3 videos, but I'm struggling to set up good scenes. And I'm really, you know, struggling to use this program. I need some time to get into it. Got some people helping me, but probably in the future. Dude, or dudes, if you want to help, I cannot offer you anything. Because YouTube, for me, you know, I cannot live off them. It's really... maybe 10-20 euros right now. To be fair, I'm not uploading enough, but if you're up for this and you want to help me out a little bit, bro, I would be very thankful. But only if you want, if you have time. I don't want to come over like I'm a beggar or anything, but it occurred to me, I was setting up a scene, and if you... I did this huge elaborate scene, and I wanted to have it in a different light, so I changed the time of day. That was a huge fuck up on my end, because the whole scene got destroyed. And that took me like half an hour, just one scene, and it was, you know... So I was a little bit... my business email address in my YouTube profile, you know, you can message me. If you want, you don't have to. Please don't feel like you should do that or whatever. There's really no personal gain, no monetary gain. You know, it's just... But whatever. I thank you all for this beautiful little thing that we have going. It was very intimate. I really like doing this with you. And I wish you a lovely day. I hope you have a good evening, a good weekend. I love you all. And yeah. I'm stopping now, boys.